Well, hello everybody. It's Steffi here from The Makers, and Sophie will make her appearance a little bit later on when we are talking about the Sloths, because they are, of course, 1st of August, which is tomorrow. If you're watching this live, they will be the new subscription box. And this is always such an exciting time because it's when I'm opening the boxes, and I imagine like I'm you when you get your subscription boxes. And so we're going to do it in this order. We're going to start with the surprise box, and then the fairy box, and then last the subscription box, the big maker subscription box. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have a quick look who's here today. I think I had a sneak peek actually. So we've got lots of you already watching. That's lovely. Remember that you need to give us a like as well. Don't just watch us, but also give us a like on that particular stream that you're watching right now. Or if you're watching this later, then obviously do this as if like it's a video tutorial. So we've got More here, and Faith, hello both, and we've got Pauline. Oh, Pauline, we haven't seen you in a while. It's really nice for you to join us. And Laura is there, and now trying to remember, I think it's Vicky, isn't it? Yeah, it's Vicky, not Nixie. And then there's Helen and Deb. Deb, are you new to us? I can't remember seeing your name, but if you are new, you are very, very welcome, of course. And who else have we got? We've got Anne here. Yes, it's definitely hot today. So if you are watching this live, we are absolutely melting away today. I absolutely love it. And Diane is there. And of course, Erica is there. I hope you don't have to rush off to your cows, Erica. Is it hot in the Netherlands as well, I wonder? And Alicia is there. Hi, Alicia. Lots and lots and lots of people. Emily. And yeah, I think I've got everybody now. So excellent. So imagine you are sitting at home, twiddling your thumbs, and every day you're just waiting for the postman to knock on your door and hand you our very special Makers boxes. And if you are a recipient of our surprise box, then your surprise box will look like that. It's the blue one, okay? And it comes basically in a box. Obviously, often you put other things with it because you've all clued onto the fact that you can add more lovely stuff into your box by and getting free postage by just using the add-on sub code to put in the code at the checkout, which is great, of course. If you want to use another code, so say you have a discount code, which we give you regularly as well as subscribers, then use that discount code and just tell us that you want it to be added to the sub. We always guaranteed refund you the postage if you have to pay for it. So don't think that we are we will notice it that you have paid postage even though you want it adding to the sub. So you can give us a nudge as well, but we usually do that automatically. So that's the surprise box that would come to your door like that. If you are a fairy box subscriber, then your fairy box will probably turn up in an envelope like this. It fits actually through the letterbox. So if you're not at home, don't worry. As long as you got a letterbox that takes a large letter, your fairy box will be nice and safe, and the fairy is all nice and slim, and it will fit through the letterbox. And this month's box will look like this. So I'm going to open that a little bit later. I'm doing the surprise boxes first. And of course, it's the sunflower fairy. Have you seen any sunflowers? I drive past a massive big field of sunflowers every day, and it is just too amazing. These bright, bright yellow flowers that are just like turning always towards the sun. It's so lovely. To have sunflowers, and even I think sunflowers have done really well this year because I see so many in people's gardens. That's either because people have had lots of time to gardening and grow sunflowers, or maybe it's just a really good sunflower year because we've had lots of sun. Now, if you are a Makers Box subscriber, then your Makers Box this month will look like this. And of course, we always label the front of the boxes so that you know it's the Sloths. It even has a number on there. We are at number 39. My goodness, how did that happen? And this month it's the Sloth family wall hanging. But let's start with the surprise box. Now the surprise box is always the bit where I get very excited because I can't show you what's inside. But I can, just need to find it. Where did I put it? Ah, here it is. I knew I put it somewhere. So there's the surprise box. This month, opening the surprise box now. This month, can you see? It says surprise box number 18, August 2020, jungle. How exciting, jungle. I wonder what's inside there. So I'm going to have a look, but I'm not allowed to show it to you because if I am showing you this, Sophie's got the whip ready. She's gonna whip me and whip me and whip me if I do that, if I show you it. So I can see what's inside. Ooh, oh, that's really nice. Oh, I didn't even know that was there. This is a genuine surprise. This isn't one I've put on. This is a genuine surprise. You get our newsletter. I can show you that. Our August newsletter has got pumpkins on the back. So there will be a live stream to accompany that as well. And then the variation on the live stream is that you can actually make pumpkins with little faces as well, which I love doing because you can make some really sweet looking or horrible looking or one-toothed looking pumpkins. So that's on the back of it. And then of course here on the front we always tell you what's going on, what's new, what's happening. And oh, the sweetie jars are back. Hoo-hoo. And we've got a new skin tones wool mix pack. Oh my goodness. And the Hoggies. Yeah, I will talk about the Hoggies as well. They're actually now, you can now buy them and then pre-order them, and then we send them out for you to use them in November. Lots of nice things. Ooh, I so want to show you this. I really do. Oh, so okay, I will read that little message here, which is what caught my attention. Venture into the unknown to discover new wonders. A thick green canopy above, pulling back the layers. What will be found below? Question mark. Okay, I'm not going to show you anything else because I'm not allowed to, but it will be a great surprise. And if you like surprises, the surprise box, the surprise subscription box is right up your street. Remember, we don't tie you in a contract. We really, really want you to enjoy our all of our subscription boxes. We never want you to think, not another box, help. We want you to run towards the postman and say, give it, give it, give it, give it to me. We really want you to be as keen as Harry. Is that a saying? As keen as Larry. Not entirely sure. I'm sure somebody will tell me in a minute that I've said everything completely wrong. But and just remember, if you want to buy this box, don't buy it today, which is the 31st of July. Only buy it as of 1 minute after midnight. Emma, are you staying up that late again? On the 1st of August. So if you're rushing now, I need to buy this box, you will be getting an entirely different box if you buy it today, because we are the 31st of July, and you will be today, if you buy yours today, you will be getting tropical cocktails, which is also really nice. And if you watched the live stream yesterday, I've actually unveiled what's in there. So get your subscription box if you want the jungle, the surprise one, from the 1st of August. It can be 1 minute after midnight, but don't get it before that. Okay, right, that's the surprise subscription box. Let's move on to the fairies. Oh, I love the fairies. They're just, I really do love them. I love making them. If I need a little bit of a I don't know, bit of a happy time, I'll start making fairies. This one is extra special. She's extra special because she's got the most gorgeous curly hair that you can. We've had these curls specially made for us, specially dyed for us, I should say. Look at that. It's like, oh, it's just too. I love these curls. I really want to make them available even after the fairy box, so that they can be sold on our website after that. The shape of the fairy of this one, this time, is like a big sunflower. So we've done the wings in the shape of the petals, and she is just absolutely adorable. So I'm going to show you what happens when you get your fairy box and you open it up. There it is. Okay, so let's open this one up. Just going to take this off. Maybe not. There. Right, I'm going to come in a little bit, zoom in a little bit now, because then you get a better view of what's in there, and because I'm not that important in all of this, but the box is. Tidy my place up a bit. We don't need the felting mat. Let's declutter that a bit. So there you are. That's the box. That's how you get it. Just to remind you, what you get in your fairy box is always you get a newsletter. Remember, this is also only available as of the 1st of August. So if you want this box, then you have to sit tight until 1 minute after midnight. If you are ordering this box today, which is the 31st of July, you will get the Wild Rose Fairy, which is equally beautiful. But if you've fallen in love with the Sunflower Fairy, then you have to just sit tight for another few hours. And in there you will be getting, I don't really even want to open that, but I will open it because you've got to see it, don't you? It's just so nicely packed. Love how Alice packs all of our boxes. She's such an artist, making it look nice. So in this box you will get 2 sunflowers to decorate your sunflower fairy, and you will also get you notice that we're trying to stay away from plastic, so you're going to get a little paper bag. Sorry, it's rustling. In there you will also get you get 2 ladybirds. I'll show you a bit closer up. Ready for a giant ladybird to come towards you? There. It's not even zooming in, that wretched camera. There, can you see it? Just about. So you get 2 of these. They're actually life-size. You get some brown thread this time. If you've had our boxes before, you know that you get this thread to tie the head below the below the head, below the neck, basically. And then you also get a little string here to hang your fairy up with, a little string, so that if you want a hanging fairy, then you can do that too. Right, try and put that in there again. So you get all these little accessories to go with your fairy. And then of course you always get, with every single fairy box, you get 1 felting needle. It is a felting kit, strictly speaking, but there's very, very little felting. So you don't need a felting mat. It's just to sort of fasten certain things into place. And then you get these lush curls. Look at that. I feel like I even need to get you a bit closer. So I'm just going to go on a even closer screen. Try and move that into the right place. So there you go. So you have your flowers there, and then you have these lush curls. They're just to die for. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Lovely. You get your single felting needle in there, and then you get all the ingredients to make your sunflower fairy. Now with our fairy boxes, any of them, not just this one, you get, if it's your first box ever, you get a basic instruction that tells you how to make the basic shape, and then everybody gets the specific instructions to make the fairy that you have subscribed to. With the fairy boxes, there is one slight difference in that you can also buy one-off boxes, but if you're buying the subscription, you do save yourself 20%, so that's quite a substantial saving, of course. Notice that all of our instructions have got a centimeter tape measure here on the side, so we often refer to measurements, and then you don't need to go looking for your ruler or your tape measure. And then you have the step-by-step instructions, one after another. So don't worry about what this is going to look like. Just follow it completely step by step until you get to the very end. And I even just love looking at the instructions because they're so nice and sunny. It's a sunny day and we're doing sunflowers. How appropriate is that? And in this box here, you get your white wool because that's for the head. You get your dark brown wool, that's for the skin. Then you get your orange wool, that is what I call the petticoat of the fairy. Then you get your main color orange, which is for the dress of the fairy. And then you get this lovely, let me just try and remember now, it is bamboo fiber, which is to tie her little belt around her waist, or you could even do further decorations with it. Because we've seen some amazing fairies that people have actually slightly varied their interpretation of them, and I just love it when that happens. I totally love it. So what I want to do today, I want to show you how to make a small part of the fairy. So I'm just going to go into a bigger screen so you don't have to see the fastening of a box, which is not very interesting. I will show you how to make. So there's a fairy here that I made earlier. She's got no hair. This is the pipe cleaner end sticking out at the top, which is quite normal, and she's got no wings at the moment. So I'm going to show you how to make the wings. When you get your long strand of wool in your fairy box, this is a merino wool top, then the instructions will tell you to tear off 2 parts of it. And to tear off a top, that's really, so I show you how to tear off, how to separate a wool top, because we never cut it. Don't cut it, okay? Don't cut it, don't cut it, don't cut it, just tear it. But if you're trying to do this, you might call a really strong person in your household. In my household, it's my daughter, but I don't need to call her because I know how to tear wool tops really easily. You don't need any strength. You just need to go counterintuitive and actually just pull very gently and let the fibers separate itself. Now we want you to do this so that you get the shortest part twice. Okay, so get your shortest part twice. And these 2 parts you're going to put to one side, and they're going to be your wings. Well, your fairy's wings. You can wear them too if you want. And then the rest of it will become the fairy's top dress. So this is basically what you will have left, and that should be plenty to dress the fairy from top to bottom, basically. But I wanted to show you how to do the wings. So I've shown you how to tear the wool, and now I'm going to show you how to do the wings. So you have these 2 pieces of wool, and we want them eventually we want the wing to look like that, but these 2 pieces aren't like these 2 pieces. You're going to put the pieces on top of each other, so you have one thick wool strand here. Okay, so the ignore that these are on top of each other. We're not making the wings so that you suddenly have 2 ends like that. That's not how we're making the wings. We're actually putting the 2 on top of each other. That's it's very clear in the instructions, but I thought give you a little bit of a help here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just gently pinch them in the middle. And I've pulled that mat in, but I don't actually need it because, as I say, you don't need to needle felt with the fairies very much at all, and you certainly don't need a mat. So I've got my 2 pieces on top of each other, and now I'm pinching them in the middle, and I lay them on the back of the fairy here, and I just stab into the center consistently. So I'm felting the 2, and I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you can see this much easier. So I'm felting the wings onto the just bear with me. I'm just adjusting the camera a bit so that I can actually something's happened here. It's had a bit of a, I don't know, it must have been having a party in the night. It's moved. So all I'm doing is I'm fastening these wings in the center onto the fairy and at the back, and I'm only felting it in that middle part. Okay, and then once you've done this, the wings are actually fastened on after the hair, but I thought I'd show it to you this way because it's easier to show you the difference. So you've got the wings are doubled up at the moment, and once you've felted them onto the center, I'm not even sure it's the center, I'm not watching what I'm doing. Once you've felted them on, then you're going to split them. So now you're splitting the fairy wings entirely new, and you're just teasing these fibers out, just very gently, like that. Give it a bit of a twizzle. And then when you turn it over, you can see that they're forming almost like the petals, another part of the sunflower like the petals. So that is basically how you give the fairy her wings. And once I've done this, I will show you how to fasten her hair on. There, she's a bald fairy at the moment, but we don't mind. There you go. Okay, let's move on to the hair. Right. Oh, I've just closed it now. The hair's in there. I'm just going to take the hair out. Okay, so you've got your lush hair. There's quite a lot of it. You don't have to use it all. If you want her to have more of a bob, then give her less hair. If you want her to have nice long floating hair, then obviously give her more. And I'm going to zoom in and get a bit closer up again now, so you can see better what's happening here. So there's the hair. What I always do, I'm going to just adjust that camera again. Sorry, that was just me knocking it, not you. I don't know what's happening with this camera today. It's not very obliging. And I'm going to take the green matte away because I think it looks better on the white. So there we are. What I'm always trying to do is I'm trying to frame, I'm going to try and frame the head with the curls. I know it's really hard to see because these are brown curls on a dark skinned fairy, but if you just imagine that the framing of the face, I try and bring this a bit closer, is the first thing that I'm doing, because you're often looking at the front of the fairy, so that's where you want to concentrate the best of the curls that you have got. So I'm stubbing the curls into the side of the face first with my felting needle that you get in your fairy box, and then you can decide whether you want the curls to hang down on her side, down her front, or whether you want to shorten them. If you want to shorten them, just tuck them in and felt more of the curls onto the head. That's how you shorten the curls. You to separate curls, you must use scissors for this one. So when I said earlier, don't cut wool, don't cut wool, don't cut wool with your scissors, now I'm saying do cut wool, do cut wool, do cut curls, because you don't want them to get frizzy once you start trying. So if I try and I can probably separate this, but if you get to really messy curls, which these aren't here, but also if you want to shorten them, then cut them rather than trying to tear them. I will just show you what happens if you tear curls. So if you tear curls, it's really hard to tear them. And all you're doing is, can you see, you're just pulling the curl out and you end up with frizzy hair. Now, if that's what you want, then that's fine. But you're losing that tight corkscrew effect of the curl. And then you probably think, oh, they're pretty useless now compared to this. Look, can you see the difference? So do use your scissors if you need to shorten the curls, or if you need to separate them. Don't feel afraid to use the scissors. And then I'm going to frame the other side of the head with the curls too. There. So, and then at least I know I've got all the curls that I want on the face, because they are obviously going to be really important to make the fairy look nice and attractive. And then you can cover the rest of the head with the rest of the curls, or with however many you want to, and just literally stab them on. Now, the only thing you need to be mindful of is when you fasten curls onto the head of the fairy, remember there is a wire inside. You saw it earlier, the white bit that's sticking out. So try not to stab the needle straight into that, because you're going to bend your needle, or worst of all, you might just break it straight away. But a bent needle, the next inevitable step is that it will break. So there's quite a few curls left, so you can actually give her quite a shock of hair. And I will just, to finish this fairy project off, I will just show you again how you, because sometimes you twist the wings and the bottom of the dress is done in exactly the same way. To twist, I'm just taking the ends off a bit so that I can show you how to make them nice and sort of pointy. You just literally separate, the same with the dress, you just separate the wool gently. If you ever feel your fairy looks tutty, then you can just take sort of little wisps off. You're not going to change the size of the fairy if you just literally pinch the very ends, but it will just give it a more freshened up look. And then if you want to make them nice and pointy, all you need to do is just give them a little twist in your fingers, and that's all you need to do. Now, these fairies are not, usually they're more decorative. You're not going to give them to a child to play with. They're more decorative. So just give it a twist, and then you get that nice sort of spiky look that you might find in a real sunflower as well. So you can always freshen up the look by just taking wispy ends off, and there you are. You've got a sunshine here on your table. Can even broaden out the ones at the back here to make the sunflower complete. And then decorate it to your liking with the sunflowers, whether she's holding one or whether she's got them in her hair. And then remember, you've also got 2 ladybirds, because sunflowers actually attract ladybirds. So that's basically the sunflower fairy. Remember, you can only get that as of tomorrow, so don't go rushing now to put it in your basket. You have to wait until the 1st of the month before our subscription boxes are available to you. But because tomorrow is Saturday and I wanted to have a day off tomorrow, we're doing it all today. But if you like the idea of the fairies, because we really we're building up a whole collection, and you only just watching this now, right now, this very minute, and you want the fairy from last month, then you can still buy this, because we have got stock of those still. And it's the Wild Rose Fairy, which I have got here, but I have to reach really far down there. So yes, anyway, that's still available today. Shall I just go and grab it? Okay, I will reach. Oh God, I might even have to lean. Oh, but this is always when I think, wouldn't it be funny if I fell off that chair? Sorry, I've put her away already because I've got so many of them as well. So let's pick one. This is the Wild Rose Fairy. If you haven't got her yet and you really want her, then you've got a few hours left until midnight tonight to get your fairy box. In fact, because we're selling these as a standalone kit as well, you can still buy them tomorrow and the day after probably. But they will run out at some point. We don't reproduce them, so they're a one-off edition. And that's basically the fairy box. Now, next, I'm going to unpack the sloths, and then Sophie will give you a little tutorial on that as well. Before I do that, I just check who's actually here, and maybe there are some questions that I need to answer. Remember to give our live stream a like, and even if you watch it as a video later. Emma's answered all kinds of questions, and so has Alicia. Thank you for that. There are so many comments, I don't think I can actually... oh, Faith says, hi Sophie, looking forward to seeing you in a bit. Excellent. Oh, Laura says already hi Sophie, and Sophie's not even here yet. Obviously there's a sign. I must make myself scarce. You're probably all fed up with me talking all the time. Oh, okay. Oh, Larry, it was Larry. Can't even remember now what I was saying. Anyway, the saying was had the word Larry in it, and I said Harry. So Faith says, I love surprises, and the surprise box is like Christmas every month for me. Oh, that's so nice. Christmas every month. How nice is that? And Mo says, you're teasing, obviously. Well, I'm teasing as well. I hope I'm going to be able to buy her separately, as I couldn't stretch to another sub along with my Hoggies. Oh dear. Oh yes, we need to talk about the Hoggies as well, but maybe I do that at the very, very end. And the newsletter's amazing. Emma does a wonderful job. Absolutely. Emma designs the newsletters, so she's amazing. Diane says, hi, having problems with weather. Hello, Sophie, looking... Another one who can't wait to see Sophie. I'm looking at Sophie now, but obviously we still got to do social distancing. So we can't be both in the screen. Yeah, so you just have to wait until I finish rabbiting. I made my first mouse with you a few years ago and hooked ever since. And of course that's with Sophie. If you don't know this, but next week I'm on holiday, haha, and Sophie will be here making mice and seahorses, and this is gonna be so much fun. So make sure you tune in then too. Sorry, I've got a frown while I'm looking at cute ladybird. Yeah, and you get them in your box too. Faith says, Faith says she's going to have a word with her hubby. Yeah. Would you like us to have a word with your hubby? We provide that service too. Just leave him to us. We're quite a powerful ladies team here. I love the sunflower fairy. Karen says very thoughtful. You can add it to your other box and get it all shipped at once. Save even more postage. Alicia, I like your thinking. Vicky says, I'll have to wait, see what hours I get at the new home. Only have 1 day so far. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people, there's a lot of uncertainty about jobs and so on. But remember, this is not just crafting. This is therapy. This is sanity, what you're buying. So you're buying your sanity. My mum really loves sunflowers. Oh, you're making me sad now, Alicia. Carol says, so tempting to add the fairy subscription to my August box. And Karen says, that looks like a lot of wool. Could probably make more than once. Yeah, why not? You could make 2 probably if you make them slightly smaller. Karen says, oh yeah, no, I've said that already. Vicky says, I want to plant some sunflowers in our garden. Bit late for this year, I think. Guess what? You can have your sunflower. It's right here. Ta-da! You could put her on a long stem and see if you can fool the neighbors if they think it's a real sunflower stuck there on a pole in your garden. So Alicia says she actually made 2 out of the June box and had leftovers for some of July's. Oh well, that's amazing. Kim is there. Hi Kim. You're gonna see Sophie in a minute. Nice to see you here. Just trying to see if there's anything else that I need to say. Carol says, gorgeous, I might add some to my spring fairy so it takes your eye off her rotund. I love your spring fairy. I think she's so majestic. Yes, I don't think she's you know, whatever, I don't want to say it. I think she's just lovely. Mo says she's beautiful. Sunflowers always make me smile. Well, they are definitely a happy flower. Oh, thank you. I'm being sent off on my holiday now. Yes, I will enjoy my holiday. Thank you very much. Mo is there. I will be there supporting Sophie. You're going to have a full house. You have a full house, Sophie. Faith's husband is now hiding in the corner. Oh, tell him to come out and don't be a wuss. Oh, yes, exactly, Helen. Tell him we can see him. Okay, right. I'm going to open the Sloth box now so that Sophie gets her say here as well. Right. Oh no, that was the surprise. I've done that already. There's the maker's box. Okay, let's have a look at the sloths first. Okay, this is the box you will be getting. The sloths. Oh, why do I always put things so far away? Oh, I'll get the magic arm. There you are. I was actually going to take it off there, but I think this looks good to show you with a nice background, not my stripy top. So you get to make 3 whole sloths with such a bad word for a German sloth. I try and say it. It doesn't sound quite right. I don't even know what the German word for it is. I was thinking the other day. Anyway, it's them. Oh, I think I have a... Emma, help me. What's the German word for sloth? It describes their character. I just have a sort of a vague memory in my head. Anyway, you get to make 3, and they are perfectly designed so that they can hang off things. So they have these little hooky arms there, and they can literally get a grip. Look, you can have a sloth hanging off your finger like that. I'm going to bring him really close because he wants to say, oh, not his bum, his head. Oh, there, he wants to say hello. And you get to make 2 adults and a child, baby, which can hang on to his mum or dad or her, whatever. And it's a wire armature technique. So, and the best of all, you get all this decoration as well. So you get the bamboo sticks and all these lovely leaves. So you can actually hang it on your wall ready. You don't need to worry. Oh, he's fallen off. He's had enough. It's not very attractive how he's sitting there now. Anyway, I'm going to let Sophie show you how to arrange them best in a minute. But let's open the box quickly and have a peek inside. So this is what happens when you get our makers boxes. Remember, we don't tie you in a contract. And also remember, if you want this one, don't buy it today. Buy it from the first of the... Thank you, Emma. It's called a fowl tier. And you know, fowl doesn't mean foul like the German fowl. It means lazy. It's a lazy animal. That's the name for it. Isn't that amazing? I love it. So it's actually, it translates. Tier is the word for animal, and fowl is the German word for lazy. So it's lazy animal, which is, I knew it was describing its character. It's a lazy animal. But you don't need to be lazy because you can make 3. And wait until 1 minute after midnight if you want this box. Otherwise, you're going to end up with the Dachshunds, which of course is also brilliant. But if you want the Sloths or the fowl tier, then I'm going to say that all the time now. It's much easier to say. Then you have to wait until the 1st of August. And that, of course, is UK 1st of August, not American 1st of August or Australian 1st of August. And in our Makers boxes, you get also a newsletter. Tells you a little bit about the character of the animal. Usually, I haven't actually read this one because Sophie has written that one. And then you get our super duper instructions with step-by-step instructions. And you get your tape measure on here as well. And it's really, they're really easy to follow our instructions. We get lots and lots of extremely good feedback on that. And then you get your pack with all the wool in it. Lots of very slothy colored wool. Get your bamboo sticks in there. We always give you free sample of our wool. That one is particularly good because as we're heading towards the pumpkins, and because the pumpkins of course are on the back of the newsletter, that might just help you to finish yours off nicely. Get your pipe cleaners, your bamboo sticks in there, and then you get also your eyes as accessories in there as well. So enough said. If you ever want to skip a box, because you run out of time or you don't fancy the project, we don't hold that against you, then you can easily do this by managing your own account. You can, instead of cancelling, it's not necessary to cancel, you can just skip the boxes. You can also, what else can you do? You can change the payment day. I'm just going to say this because a lot of people often complain and they say, I don't get my box until the very end of the month. Well, you can get it much, much sooner because you can actually change the payment time. If you need to know how to do this, read the back of the Makers Box newsletter or give us a shout and we'll help you. But try it first yourself, because then you'll all be pleased that you've managed it yourself, and then you can do other things as well. You can change your payment method on there as well in case your card is run out, or maybe you decide to use your husband's card in the future, who knows. Then you can do that too. Right, enough said. I'm going to make the space available now for Sophie. So I will be back at the very end because I just catch up with the comments. And remember, next week Sophie will be in this chair, glued to it for an hour. So be nice and be there.
If I last that long.
You will. Just keep talking like I do. It just comes naturally. Say lots of funny things that actually make you look like an idiot. And then it's going to be fine.
Hello everybody from the other side of the camera now. I did say hello to people on the chat.
That's good, isn't it?
So we've got the little sloths here, and I remembered when we did our birthday video, if anybody watched that, we put it out there to name the sloths, and I think it was Diane Mould who named them Fudgy, Brownie and Little Toffee. So well done, Diane, because I love those names. I'm guessing this one's Little Toffee, the little baby one. So I'm going to show you first of all a basic skill. So this is going to be how to tease out wool. So I'm just going to change the camera. So when you get your wool out of the pack, it's often a sort of bunch or a clump like that. And when you're wrapping wire armature, you really want a nice long thin piece like this, especially if you're doing tiny arms and legs. If you start with a really thick piece like this, you very soon have a kind of Michelin animal with big bulky arms. So you want to have a nice long thin piece more like this. So you take your wool, and the wool has a bit of a grain to it, a little bit like paper, so you can tear it more easily in one direction than the other. So if you find that grain, you see the fibres just running in that direction. I'm going to just tease off a little bit there, like that. So I've got myself quite a thin piece already, but I'm just going to make it a little bit thinner by teasing it out more. So when you're teasing wool, you're almost stretching the fibres. If you imagine stretching like pizza dough or something like that, you want to stretch it by pulling the fibres out, drawing them out. If anybody spins, you will be very used to this process, because you have to make the wool thinner and finer to spin it. So you're just drafting out the wool like this. So I've got my hands far apart. If you hold them too close together, you can't actually pull the wool apart. So hold them far apart and use one hand to sort of stretch the fibres away from the other while you gently hold it with the other hand. So I'm just stretching them out. And especially on the arms and legs of the sloth, you want a really nice thin piece like that. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but you've got a slightly thicker bit in the middle there, so you can go over that again and just tease it out a little bit thinner. And starting this bit right really helps the rest of it to become a lot easier. So that's drafting out your wool. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to make your sloth hang. So when you first make your sloth, he'll have straight arms and straight legs, and he won't really be clinging to anything at all. He's not going to hang on anything. So first thing you want to do is make those little hooks for the arms. Now you can just bend them with your hands. I'll just zoom in a bit. So you can just bend those arms with your hands, find the right, there we go. So you can just curve it around like that. Or if you want to use something like a pencil or a pen, you can just bend it around that and you get a nice kind of hook on the end of the arm. If you are going to give these to sort of, I wouldn't recommend giving them to very young children, but if you want to get rid of that sharp end before you give them to somebody, you can just bend that in if you've got pliers, or don't mind ruining your nails. You can just bend that very sharp end part in and just hold that up. There we go. So it's just bent it in like that. So that's getting those little hooks on the sloth first of all. And then you want to make him hang on the bamboo. So I'm just going to use this while I'm showing you. So if you're trying to hang him on the bamboo, you've got to line up his arms and legs first of all. Otherwise you get one attached, but the other one doesn't want to stay on there. So the thing to do is to take your sloth off the skewer first of all, put that to one side for a minute, and get him so he naturally sits as though he was holding the skewer. So if you take his little legs and bend them across each other like that, so that they're nice and lined up already, it's almost like he's holding the branch or the bamboo piece already. And the same for the arms, just cross them right over each other and just bend them around until you get that nice, can you see they're all pretty much in line there? So he should then sit much more easily on that bamboo like that. There we go. And we're going to have a competition in our subscription boxes this month for the best sloth poses, so get your thinking caps on.
Are they allowed to be rude?
I don't know if you heard that, but off camera Steffi just asked, are they allowed to be rude poses? So I think that's your invitation now to come up with something X-rated, late night sloth making. So I'm just going to try and hang him on that bamboo.
Slow.
When you put them on the bamboo, you sometimes need to have the hooks a little bit wider apart because that bamboo is quite wide. But there we go. So I hope you enjoy your sloth project this month. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the little sloths that are made this month and beyond. So don't forget to enter that competition. And I'm going to hand you back over to Steffi to say goodbyes, and I will see you all next week.
Coming! On my way. I'm here. So, I've just had a little chat with Emma while Sophie was oh god, now I'm recording all of that. Oh, how do I stop that? Oh my god. Oh, everything's being recorded. I won't this is really annoying. Sorry, I've got on my phone, it's recording what I'm saying right now, and I don't know how to stop it.
Don't worry, guys. I'm sure there'll be plenty of bloopers next week with me.
This is all going onto the Makers WhatsApp group now, but I actually don't know how to stop it. Okay. Okay. It's like I don't want to say anything else now because it's all on there. I mustn't send. Anyway. Back to what the work that we're doing here. I've had an exciting chat with Emma, and she was saying that she's going to make our monthly newsletters available on our website so that they're a printable copy. So you can, even if you haven't bought from us, or even if you have lost yours, or maybe you've cut into them like I did the other day, then you can print another one.
That's a great idea.
It's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, that's what
Absolutely. I thought. I'm sure there'll be people who will have copies of every single one.
That's it, yeah. Ooh, you can file them. That's it. I think I thought I should just announce that because Emma will definitely do that. But before we go, I'm just gonna have a quick look at the chats again, and then it's bye-bye's time. So what's everybody saying? Hubby said yes! Woohoo!
Yay!
We said leave him to us, didn't we? Leave him to us. I love it. Oh, brilliant face. What a great hubby. Oh, what a great hubby he is indeed.
It's nice when they're supportive of your hobby.
Definitely. You just have to say, it's better stubbing the wool than you. So, there you go. Yeah, keep that needle in the wool. Best instructions, says Alicia. Alicia, we can't quite believe you anymore now because you're a bit biased now, aren't you? You're too close to the makers, but they are the best instructions, if I may say so myself. Vicky says, do we get a newsletter online if we don't get the boxes? Okay, so we've answered that question. Excellent. Diane loves the instructions. Very helpful. Diagram and text. Excellent. Oh, am I calling somebody Vicky when it's actually Valley? I think it is. It's just Nixie is not Nixie is not Vicky. Nixie is Valley. Okay, never mind. I'm sure there's a Vicky out there somewhere. So maybe in the future views. Hey Sophie, you got this, says Mo. Yes, Sophie did have it. So everybody says hey Sophie, hello Sophie, hi Sophie. Oh, little Toffee, great names, says Valley, not Vicky. And Helen says we will be there for you. He's just too cute, says Alicia. Oh, who's ripped the face off their Sloth? Was that you, Emma? Or that wasn't you, was it? No.
I did do that several times.
You didn't bite that. Oh, not in front of the baby sloth. No, not in front of the baby sloth. Thanks, Sophie, says Mo. Bye, Sophie, says Faith. Lovely to see you. Thanks, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie. Pam says good idea. Pam, it's lovely to see you here, all the way from across the big pond. Mo says have a great holiday, Steffi. Thanks to you both for another great live. And Emma says she will make the August newsletter available from tomorrow, probably put it on our free tutorials page. That sounds really amazing. Hi Steffi, it is Valley. No worry. Thank you. I worked that one out. Sorry, Valley. Oh dear. And I think we are at the end of this. Oh yes, we're not quite at the end because I did promise you could have a little look at our Hoggies again. So obviously they're still separate, and we've passed the message round to leave a hole in the hedge for Homer for when he does come back, so he doesn't. We had this funny joke yesterday that he was probably never anywhere other than on the other side of the wall, just going up and down trying to get back for months. Yes. So there is Heather. She keeps trying her very fetching Christmas dress on because she can't wait to see Homer. There's little Huey. I think Homer will be so surprised how he has grown and how much he looks like his dad now. And he's got all kinds of naughty things in his pocket. I don't even want to take them out because they're pretty disgusting. And then, of course, there's cool teenage Holly. And, yeah, her dad doesn't know she's dyed her spikes yet. So... but it's gonna be Christmas and he'll be so pleased to come home. He doesn't really mind what she's done to her spikes, and they'll soon fall out anyway, and then she can have new ones. And of course they're all wanting to see Homer because they've got the Christmas tree. They had it out for practice run already, and they've already got a few Christmas presents as well. They're ready to go under the tree. They're there to unpack. And you, as of today, you can buy your McHoggy family pack. It makes naked hedgehogs. So there you are, as you'd expect. And the reason why we've done this is because we want everybody to be able to afford them. So we've put the least amount in just so that you can make the hedgehogs, but there is actually lots and lots of juicy, wonderfully Christmassy extra bits in every project. So that you make in every week leading up to Advent, you make one character, and then there's a special extra super duper wonderful surprise on Christmas Day. And all you're making from the basic Hoggy pack is the 4 members of the family plus all the extra bits and pieces that I'm not going to tell you about because it's their Christmas surprises. And just going to put these away so I can show you Dad as well, because obviously they haven't seen each other for ages, so they just need to be somewhere else entirely. Change scenery, completely different place now. There is Homer. He's still smiling. He's just plodding away, doing his work. He's so excited to see all his family. He's been shopping, yeah, even though he's on an oil rig. He's shopped on the oil rig. He's been diving for things. And he can't wait to be reunited with his lovely family. So you will be making 4 little Hoggies, and then you can add extra bits onto your pack. They're all listed on the same page. So whether you want to make the clothes, then you can get the felt sheets as an extra pack in there. You will get the instructions for the clothes anyway with your main pack. So if you've got already bits at home, then use those, or if you want ours, then buy them from us. You also get the opportunity to buy extra ingredients like the spikes and the pipe cleaners and the wool to make more of your McHoggy family, because maybe you've got grandparents and maybe there's more siblings, maybe there's an aunt who's coming to visit, maybe you're inviting the whole neighborhood, all the little Hoggy's friends are coming to join in. Then you can have the opportunity to make lots and lots of these over Christmas to join into the family fun and celebrate Homer's homecoming. And we are going to start a fundraising page so that people will be looking after the real little hedgehogs in their garden. Not that these are not real; they're very, very real, of course. Yeah, the real ones that definitely don't wear clothes. So because hedgehogs are actually under threat, believe it or not. So we need to look after them, and we need to help Homer to come home to his family so he can look after his family. So you can be part of this. So get buying those Hoggy packs now, because there is a limited number to it. And if you're really fast, if you're watching this today, which is the 31st of July 2020, then you have definitely got a chance of getting the super duper early offer.
Something you don't know is that during this live stream, the super early birds actually sold
Oh, okay.
out. So
Okay, you can only have the...
Still available as
You can have an early bird, but not a super duper early bird. You've missed that one.
But get there quick.
But if you've got it, then you've been very lucky. But then the early bird will run out at some point as well, and then you're just going to be a late bird. So at some point that will happen. Yeah. Anyway, I'm having so much more fun with Sophie in the room. I think she should be here all the time. Not that I'm not normally having fun, of course, because you're all very funny. Right, let's have a last little... Oh, look, he's tired. He's lying down to sleep. It's all right. Right, have a last little look, and then we will say goodbye. Oh my, what have I done? Advent and Hoggies in December, says Erica. You've done something very kind to yourself and to us too. Can you explain how people can use the add-ons? Okay, so basically the add-ons are like ingredients, extra ingredients, if I could say that. So basically, imagine you have a cake recipe, and the cake is like a basic cake, but then you decide, oh, actually I want to make 5 more of the same cake, then you get an add-on. This is an example of an add-on. So you get lots of felt sheets. So talk about your cake. Say you have the basic cake with no decorations, but it is a cake and it tastes very delicious. If you wanted to make it more interesting, then you could add things onto it, like decorations and so on and so forth. That's a bit like with the Hoggies. I think I'm making this worse now. With the Hoggies, you make the naked Hoggies, and they have no anatomically correct parts, so don't worry, they'll be perfectly, you won't freak out. And you can get the felt to make the clothes, or you can use your own. You can get extra spikes to make extra family members. You can get the pipe cleaners to make more. You can buy the silk clay to make more hands for new Hoggies. You get everything else in your Hoggy pack to make the 4 characters. And then also you can, I'm just trying to think what else is there. Oh yes, more wool if you want to make more. So it's basically to help you expand the family or make them more complete with clothes. That's basically it. And you can make, there's an add-on for Christmas tree and colorful wool to needle felt presents or whatever else takes your fancy. So these are add-ons that you can choose to add on. They will all be sent out together at the same time. So don't expect that you suddenly get bits and pieces. You will get everything together if you've chosen the add-on on that same page where you buy the Hoggy pack. Hope that is made clear. What else are we? So glad I ordered. Yes, definitely. Bye Sophie, love the Hoggies. I've treated myself. Excellent. So exciting. You will love it, says Alicia. Have you seen the excellent banner placement by Emma on the naked Hoggies? I know, I did notice that. I was going to say to Emma, can you make that a bit slimmer? And then I thought, oh no, because don't want to see little hedgehog titties, do we? So better leave it big. Oh, yeah, poor Heather. She's like quite posh English. Wouldn't like being, she'd probably get arrested as well in this country. Oh my, what have I done? Oh, Advent. Oh yeah, I've read that already. Hedgehog Preservation Society news coming soon. Excellent. Thank you, Alicia. I was wondering, I couldn't remember who it was. Right. I think that's enough chatter now. Pauline says, just as the last one, Pauline, you'll be the last one. Hedgehogs are lovely. We have some who come through our garden every evening. Excellent. You can add to your collection now. Wonder what a hedgehog makes of Homer. Right, thank you so much everybody for watching this Boxes Unveiled again. Hope you share with us what you're making, because that's like food to our soul. And we will see you, well, you will see Sophie next week, and you will see me the week after. You have time to recover from my chitter chatter, and then I will be back basically. So take care everybody, and yes, cheerio. I'm not meant to say that because my children hate it, but I'm going to say cheerio. Bye-bye, everybody. Sophia, are you going to say anything? You're going to say bye? Oh, there she is. Bye-bye.